The Texas real estate market has exploded in the last 5 to 7 years. In this video, we're going to talk about the state of the current DFW real estate market. What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn. And this is Learn, Hustle, Grow. We help you build wealth, explore entrepreneurship, so that you can leave a legacy.
She's a stock trader.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free entrepreneurs.
If you are new to our channel, in 2018, we paid off a $300,000 mortgage and left our corporate jobs.
We spent 2019 traveling the world.
After visiting 6 continents, 23 countries, and more than 35 cities, we returned to the U.S. to live life on our own terms.
Where my world travelers at? How many countries have you visited? Leave some comments below.
All right, Legacy Builders, help us continue to spread the word regarding financial independence. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Go ahead and share it when you're done.
As a full-time realtor in Dallas, I'm constantly getting emails, texts, DMs about the real estate market here in Dallas. This video is going to be in response to most of the frequently asked questions.
Let's start with why we love living and investing in the DFW area. One, Texas is one of the few states with no state income tax. Also, DFW is one of the few major metropolitan areas with affordable housing.
The average home price here in Dallas-Fort Worth is just under $300,000, and that is a deal compared to most major metropolitan areas.
If you are looking for space, you have come to the right place. Texas is the home of the McMansion.
Yes. Texans love big houses. The further you're away from Dallas, though, the more space you get for your money.
Texas has a diverse economy. Just here in the DFW alone, we have headquarters from Toyota, ExxonMobil, Pizza Hut, Southwest Airlines, Lockheed Martin, and that's just to name a few.
Yep. DFW is also culturally diverse. More people relocate here every year.
And why not? Our suburbs have excellent public schools. Cities like Frisco and McKinney continue to be amongst the fastest growing cities in the United States.
Yep. We love to travel and we are centrally located. We have 2 major airports here, the DFW International Airport and Dallas Loveville.
Now that you guys know why we love the area, let's move on to the current market. Normally when we talk stocks, I am in the hot seat. However, today, Mr. Lee, your Texas realtor, is going to be answering all of my questions.
Okay.
All right, babe. As a full-time realtor, what surprises you in the current market?
What surprises me is that even in the pandemic, Dallas market continues to skyrocket.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's the previous recession that we had back in 2008, 2009. We have a shortage now because there were so many houses on the market back then, right? And now we stopped building and now there are more people than houses for sale. So that's what I think it is.
That makes sense. I've also noticed that out-of-state investors are really driving up the prices because they can get more for their money here than they can get in their home state. So what does that mean for first-time home buyers?
This is a seller's market, so everyone has to have the mindset, the buyers, going in, that it's going to be competition no matter where they buy in the city right now. So.
Okay, that makes sense. But if this is a seller's market, why are so many people trying to buy right now?
Because there are low interest rates, like all-time low, right? And of course, everybody's been cooped up in a house for a year or so, and they want more space. Everybody's kind of building onto their houses or moving into bigger houses. That's why, I think.
So when there's competition like this, does that mean that people have to be willing to offer more than asking?
Yep, I have recently seen offers going $20K to $50K over asking.
Wow.
Which I've never seen here in DFW. Also, I have a colleague in Austin, and he's saying that he just put in an offer for a place and they added $100,000 over and he still lost the bid. So that's ridiculous, right?
And I know you've told me that sellers are getting 30 to 40 offers
Oh, yeah.
on an
Yeah.
individual property.
Yes.
Now, if that is the case, how is the seller to really make a decision, and what are they looking for when they go through these offers?
First and foremost, they are looking to know that you have the money. You can afford this place, right? So they're looking for a pre-approval or proof of funds if you're saying you're buying cash or something like that, right?
What does proof of funds look like in cash?
What do you mean? Like, you look at a bank statement.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they want to see my money.
Yes, they want to see your bank statement. Wherever
okay.
you're going to be buying that house at or using that money, yes.
Okay.
Then also, if you can afford it, they want you to give certain things up. Sometimes people ask me, hey, what can I do to sweeten the deal or whatever? So then I'll say something like, hey, you can pay for the survey, or you can pay for the, home warranty or something like that. And that way you have a better chance on getting the house. So.
Okay. Those are good tips.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen that you've gotten some inquiries from people looking for the elusive $100,000 home.
Yeah.
Is that realistic in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
No, it is not realistic. No, it's not. Those days are over, so any other questions?
Okay, so what about 150K?
No. Now, 150, technically, yes. If you go like to, I don't know, Fort Worth, deep Fort Worth, or deep South, maybe you can get something, but it'll still probably be falling over and, need replacement of everything. How's that? Remember, the value of real estate continues to be determined by location, location, location.
Okay. So what is the minimum budget required to purchase a home in the DFW market as of this recording?
As of this recording, I think the minimum would be about $250K in a nice Class A older community. Yes.
Okay, so how is a Class A community defined?
I would say prime location, good schools, higher income residents, great value. So if you do decide to rent your place out, then, you'll always be able to rent it at top dollar.
Okay. So if you have less than $250,000, does that mean that you should not look for a home in the DFW market?
Not at all. You just need to be more flexible with your location. You probably would have to be further away from the city center,
Okay. Now, I noticed that your pricing referenced single-family homes. Does that mean that you don't work with multifamily?
No, I work with people looking for multis and single families. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a couple of a couple duplexes right now for clients. I've been getting a lot of calls for those lately. So yeah.
Okay, so if I need a 6-unit, can you sell me that?
No, I only do from 1 to 4. Anything over 4 units in a building is commercial, so you have to get a commercial agent for that.
Okay, so growing up in Chicago, I saw entire communities made up of what we call small multifamily housing. We called them, instead of triplex and duplex,
Flats, right.
we called them 2 flats and 3 flats. I grew up in most of those. For my, throughout my childhood. Then when I moved to the DFW area, what I saw were apartment buildings that consisted of 100 units or more. So I don't actually see, buildings like what I saw growing up in Chicago here in the Metroplex very often.
Right.
What does that market really look like for us here in DFW?
So the Dallas-Fort Worth market is primarily single-family homes. We do have, multi-units here, but I'm going to have to say 95% single-family homes. We have a lot of room to build, and people like big houses, right? And that's not the same as multi-units. So the majority, like I said, are single families, and we do have some, just not as many as a lot of other cities. So
Right. Now, we get it. If you guys have been listening to the Bigger Pockets podcast or following their blog, we know that small multifamily is the thing to do right now.
Right.
Honestly, in 2018, we sold 2 single-family homes here in Texas to purchase a 6-unit out of state. And that really hasn't been our best move.
Right.
So,
It's been drama.
yeah, if you guys want to hear more about that, drop a comment below.
Right. So we're probably gonna sell that place that we have out in Virginia and bring our money back to Texas. We've been talking about that a lot. One thing I would like to say about the multis here they are usually very old. The few that are new, brand new, are super high end and expensive. So I mean, if you take an old one and fix it up, you probably get well over the market value here if you can find one. Oh, and another thing is the location for most of the duplexes and triplexes. They're usually far out in the outskirts, so you have to be willing to make that move also when it comes to those if you want to get that in DFW.
Okay, so if someone is interested in buying or investing in the DFW market, where should they begin?
Okay, before you get pre-qualified, the internet is your friend, guys, right? So check out redfin.com. Everybody knows Zillow and realtor.com, for example, right? Just look at those sites, see what the market costs in the area, because people make a lot of assumptions, and then after that, you can get pre-qualified once you know that your qualifications match the prices of the houses in the area.
Okay, so now I'm surprised you said use the internet. Well, let's say I'm not surprised, but there are some who might be surprised you said use the internet. Okay. Why wouldn't they just call a realtor?
Because without a pre-qualification, you don't know how much the bank is willing to lend you, right? And if you don't know how much the bank is willing to lend you, you can go and look for houses. I've seen it before. That's why I don't take anyone that's not pre-qualified. And I have realtor friends that do sometimes. They go look at houses that they can't afford, that they don't know they can't afford. And then when they try to get the house, the bank tells them, hey, you're about 25 to 50K short, for example, right?
And they have to make
That's
that
no
difference in cash.
Yes, that's no good, right?
They must be heartbroken when it's over.
Yes, indeed. It's nothing worse than seeing somebody who falls in love with a house and then they can't get it because they don't qualify. And then they got people scrambling, possibly with a cosign and whatever, right? No, not good. Not a good look, right?
Okay, so let's say I've used the internet, I've checked out the market, I'm ready to get pre-qualified.
Okay.
But then what do I do? Do I just call my bank?
Well, what I would say is if you can get a lender referral, like for my clients, I make sure I have good lender referrals. If they don't have a lender already for themselves, I vet these people. And also I would say, make sure you check your credit score on like annualcreditreport.com and get your whole report for free once a year. And also Credit Karma gives you a good snapshot of your score. So
right. And there are always going to be some people who say that's not the same credit score as what the lenders use. Guys, this is just to give you a general idea. So what you're saying is use the internet and do your research and just be ready to work with a lender. So make sure you've checked your credit report in advance before you reach out to a realtor.
Correct. If that sounds unreasonable, then put yourself in a realtor's shoes. Realtors are full-time entrepreneurs and don't make any money until the deal is closed.
No base salary?
No base salary.
All right. So if a realtor spends hours, days, or weeks working with a client who doesn't understand the market they're in or can't qualify for the house they want to buy, they've essentially just wasted their time?
Exactly.
See you in the next video.